So we were doing projectile motion, right? And yesterday I gave you one problem. Everyone solved it? Or do you have problem in it? Yeah. A question that I gave yesterday. Was that question clear to everyone?
It was solved.
Anyone has got problem in that question? No. Okay. Okay, so try one more question, then we will proceed. So you have got that question, right? So in the same question, it says a body is thrown horizontally from the top of a tower. Okay. And strikes the ground after 3 seconds at an angle of 45 degrees with the horizontal, obviously. Angle can be from vertical also, but mostly they are from horizontal. So find the height and speed with which the body was projected. You have to take G as 9.8 meter per second. You have solved it. You can use the figure given in the earlier question and now solve this question. Do it. Take 2 minutes and solve it. I hope this is clear to you. Whose height you have to find? Height of tower. Yes or no? Height of tower you have to find. This is part 1. And second is speed with which body was projected.
Then
Answer.
and height of the tower is 44.1 meter and speed will be 29.4 meter per second.
Good. Good. Shanmukha, good. Avni, good. Sheetal, yeah, good. Good, Reshma, good. Yes, Pushkin. Right, Sheetal. Okay, I am solving. So, body is thrown horizontally and we don't know with what velocity. It strikes the ground after 3 seconds, and when it strikes the ground, then its angle is 45 degree. Okay, with the horizontal. So I have to find the height of the tower. So please see, that body is thrown horizontally, so its initial velocity in the vertical direction will be 0. Acceleration in the vertical direction will be minus 9.8. And the time which it is taking to strike the ground is 3 seconds. So displacement along y-axis will be uyt minus half gt square. Uyt is 0, 1 upon 2 g into t square, that is 9. So 4.9 into 9, you can do it. So 44.1. So Sy, which is the height of the tower, it comes out to be 44.1 meters. Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now second part is, it is asking the speed with which the body was projected. That means it wants to know ux, initial speed along the x-axis, right? And the data given to us is that when body is striking the ground, it is striking at an angle of 45 degree. Okay. So when body is striking the ground at an angle of 45 degree, so this is the final velocity with which body is going to strike the ground, yes or no? Since it is making some angle, this velocity can be resolved into two components, horizontal and vertical. Let horizontal component be Vy and vertical component be Vy and horizontal component be Vx. Then I can use tan 45 will equal to, tan is equal to perpendicular upon base, so Vy upon Vx. So 1 is equal to, what is the value of Vy? Velocity along the y-axis, we don't know, let us find out. Vy is equal to Uy minus Gt. Uy is 0. So Vy will equal to G, that is 9.8 into 3. So 29.4. Minus sign indicates it is in the downward direction. So where I am going to put 29.4 divided by Vx. So Vx comes out to be 29.4. Yes or no? Everyone, is this part clear or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that's Vx. Now apply the equation. Vx is equal to Ux plus 80 Axt. Apply it and you will get the answer. Can you do it or not? What is the acceleration along x-axis? Yes. What is the acceleration along x-axis? Horizontal acceleration.
0.
Yeah. So Vx is 29.4. So Ux will be plus 0. So Ux will come out to be 29.4 meters per second. That's the answer of second part. Please note it down. Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now coming on to the conventional terms. Time of flight, horizontal range, height, maximum height. So let's do all of this. Anyway. So suppose I have a projectile and as you can see this projectile is incident from point O, okay, and it is making an angle of alpha with the horizontal. Fine. It strikes the ground at some point. Let us call this point OB. Okay. So your OB will be called this distance OB. This is called range of the projectile. Alpha is known as angle of projection. Point O is known as point of projection. Time taken by this projectile to start from the point O and hit at point B, the entire time taken, this is known as time of flight. Yes? Note it down. Then?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's say projectile reaches this point called A. Let us call this point A. And from horizontal, this point, at horizontal this point is C. So this AC is known as height of projectile. Maximum height of the projectile, because then height will decline. Please see, range will be denoted by R, capital R. Height will be denoted by capital H. Okay. Time of flight will be denoted by capital T. So this height will be H, range will be R. Done?
Yes, sir.
Everyone? So now let us calculate time of flight. So where to do? You can see, let us say this projectile is projected with the velocity u, initial velocity. Now, this velocity u is making an angle of alpha with the horizontal. So, and what are my axes? This is my x-axis and this is my y-axis. So, along x-axis, velocity will be u cos alpha. Yes, what will be the acceleration along x-axis? It will be 0. Along y-axis, my velocity will be u sin alpha. What will be the acceleration along y-axis? It will be minus g. Right? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It will be minus g. Now, if I talk about this point B, so at point B, pay attention, vertical displacement at point B. What will be the vertical displacement at point B? Yes, can you tell me? Sy. At point B, what will be Sy?
0.
Yes, obviously, because body is on ground, projectile is on ground, no vertical displacement. So I am going to use this, that Sy will equal to uyt minus half g t square. Right? This is 0. What is uyt? It is u sin alpha. So u sin alpha into t. Okay. And let us bring this term to the left. So you will get half gt square. Okay. T cancels out. So t comes out to be 2u sin alpha upon g. This is one value, and since a quadratic was formed, so another value of t will be 0. So what is t indicating? T is indicating the time when vertical distance is 0. Please understand. T is indicating the time when vertical distance or displacement, whatever you want to call it, is 0. So at O, vertical distance is 0. At B, vertical distance, that is Sy, is 0. So at O, time is 0, and at B, time is 2u sin alpha upon g. So if someone asks you that why are you getting two values of time for the projectile, time of flight is why are you getting two values of time of flight? So the answer is that this time is corresponding to the instant when vertical distance is 0, and vertical distance is 0 at 2 points O and B. So at O, value of time will be 0, at B, value of time will be 2u sin alpha upon g. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Note it down.
Yes, sir.
Everyone done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, moving on. Let me draw it again. Alpha. Now please see, that's what the situation was. Now I am going to do what? I am going to resolve this U into two components for the entire projectile. Please see. Let us say at this point I am resolving. So that's how U is. It will be resolved like this. Uy and ux, yes or no? Here, that's how U is. You can resolve it. Uy and ux. Here, that's how U is. You can resolve it. Getting me or not? Uy and this is ux. Here, you can again resolve it. Uy, ux. So, clear? I have just broken down U into its two components, vertical and horizontal, for different positions along the projectile. Okay. Everyone. Okay. Now pay attention at this point A. What will be the direction of U along A? Will it be like this or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So at point A, U is parallel to x-axis. At point A, please
Yes, sir.
see, U is parallel to x-axis. So if it is parallel to x-axis, can you resolve it? Anything which is parallel to another axis, can you resolve that thing? It is not making an angle. Yes or no? What is resolution?
Yes, sir.
Resolution is breaking into the components. When something is not making any angle, when something is not inclined, how can you resolve it? So at point A, U is having only horizontal velocity. No vertical velocity is there. No vertical component. It is only horizontal. Yes or no? Please tell me if you have not understood.
Yes, sir.
Reshma, Avni, Shanmukha, Sheetal.
Yes, sir.
Everyone understood this? Pujita. Pujita, tell me, if two lines are parallel, I am calling it A and B, then what will be the angle between two lines? Yes, Pujita. If two lines are parallel, what will be the angle between two lines? 0. Very good. Okay. So look here. My U is parallel to horizontal axis. That is, it is making an angle of 0. If I resolve U into two components, then what will be those components? Those components will be U cos 0 and U sin 0. Yes or no? These will be those two components, because at point A, U is making an angle of 0 degree with the x-axis. It is parallel to x-axis. Tell me yes or no, Pujita. What is the value of u sine 0? What is the value of sine 0, Pujita? 0. And cos 0 is 1. So u. So can I say that at point A, velocity is having only horizontal component, or velocity's move is along horizontal direction, there is no vertical velocity at point A. That's what I was saying. Okay. So please jot it down, then I will proceed. Done? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now let's calculate the height. So what is height? Height is the vertical distance at point A. Vertical distance at point A. So vertical distance will be Sy. Yes or no? So I am going to apply the
Yes,
formula. Vy square is equal to uy square minus 2gh. Right? Please tell. What is Vy? Velocity, final velocity at y. It is 0. I have just shown it to you. So 2gh is equal to uy square. So h will equal to uy square upon 2g. What is uy? It is the component of initial velocity along y-axis. What was the component of u along y-axis? It was u sine alpha. So u square sine square alpha upon 2g is the height. Understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Note it down. everyone?
Yes, sir.
Now finally let's find out range. So what is range? This distance OB is the range. This distance OB is the range. So, or you can say this displacement from O to B is the range. So what type of displacement is this? What type of
Horizontal.
horizontal displacement? Very good. So Sx, if I calculate this horizontal displacement, I will be able to calculate range. So Sx is equal to uxt plus half axt square. Yes, what is the acceleration along x-axis, or what is the horizontal acceleration?
Zero.
It is 0, yeah. Vertical acceleration, gravity is acting on the body. Body is given initial velocity, but nowhere did we tell that it has got some acceleration along horizontal. So horizontal acceleration is 0. So this term will become 0. Why? As ax is equal to 0. Yes? What is ux? Ux is u cos alpha. What is t? It is the time of flight, entire time from O to B. That's what time of flight is. Yes or no? Guys.
Yes, sir.
And what was the value of time of flight? 2u sin alpha upon g. So into 2u sin alpha upon g. So it becomes 2u square cos alpha sin alpha upon g. Okay. Now this cos alpha and sin alpha thing is looking a bit offbeat. So what to do? We know that sin 2 alpha or sin 2 theta is equal to 2 sin theta cos theta, right? So if I multiply and divide by 2, I mean into 2 into 2, so this will become 2 cos alpha sin alpha. Tell me yes or no. Everyone, please tell.
Yes, sir.
Right? So I can write it as, everyone, is it clear? I can say that 2u square sin 2 alpha upon 2g, 2 cancels out. So range comes out to be u square sin 2 alpha upon g. That's the formula for range. Pujita, is it clear? Noted, noted. Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Everyone done?
Yes, sir.
Pushkin? Let's move on. Now few important points regarding range. So what was the value of range? R is u square sine 2 alpha upon g, right? Yeah. I never learnt these values. Never. Even when I was in 11th, I never learnt. I never learnt physics because I can derive it. Anyway, so that's what range is. Now please see. First thing is, if I want maximum range, R max. So when can R be maximum? Yes. When can R or range be maximum?
So when sine 2 alpha becomes 1.
And sine, very good. Range will be maximum when sine 2 alpha is equal to 1. And when can sine 2 alpha be 1? It will be 1 when alpha is
Equal to 45.
45 degree. Because then 2 into alpha, that is 2 into 45, so sine 90 will give you 1. So when alpha is equal to 45, that means if you are projecting a particle with an angle of 45 degree from the horizontal, then it will go to the maximum horizontal distance. It will cover the maximum range. Understood? So, if you are throwing the ball and you are making an angle of 45 degree, so ball will cover the maximum horizontal distance. Okay, and that explains why players in cricket from boundary line they throw the ball like this. They are trying to make an angle of 45 degree with the horizontal. Clear? Everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Note it down. Done?
Yes, sir.
Second point. Okay. Suppose we find out range at some angle called alpha. So what will be the range? Range will be u square sine 2 alpha upon g. Yes or no? That's what range will be for alpha. Now, keeping the value of u same, I mean that initial velocity of projection is same, u is same. But take angle as 90 minus alpha. Take angle as 90 minus alpha. This range is for alpha. Now let us calculate the range for 90 minus alpha. Yeah, please calculate and tell me what the answer will be. Range for 90 minus alpha. Angle is 90 minus alpha.
That will be same.
Very good. Good shocking. Good. See, u square sine 2 into 90 minus alpha upon g. So u square sine 180, I am multiplying 2 inside the bracket, minus 2 alpha, yes or no? Guys, yes or no? And
Yes.
my dear students, sine of 180 minus theta is equal to sine theta. So here you have 180 minus 2 alpha. So it will be 2 alpha only. Sine of 180 minus 2 alpha will become sine 2 alpha. Anything if you are subtracting from 180, in case of sine, you will get the same angle. So here I am writing that range for 90 minus alpha. Is this thing clear or not, everyone? If you have any doubt, please ask. Please see R alpha and R 90 minus alpha are same. R alpha and R 90 minus alpha are same. So what is the meaning of this? Please get into the depth. The meaning is that if you are incidenting or projecting a particle with an angle of 30 degree and its velocity is u, and if you project another particle with an angle of 60 degree and its velocity is also u, so both of these particles will cover the same range. Both of these particles will cover the same range. Getting me or not? If you throw a particle at 20 degree and someone throws that particle at 70 degrees, range of both will be same. But yeah, initial velocity should also be same. U should be same. So if the angle is in the form of alpha and 90 minus alpha, both will have the same range. Understood or not? Guys, clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Note it down, it is important. Direct MCQs can be asked based on these 2 points. Done. Done or not? Okay. Moving on. Now solve the questions. Find the angle, very popular question. For which range and height of projectile are equal. So range and maximum height of projectile are equal. Find that angle. You are getting confused, okay, let me write. Maximum height, okay. Now you can find it.
Sir, angle is tan inverse 4.
Very good. Yes, right.
Sir, tan inverse.
Yes, right. Done? Okay, please see. It is saying that find the angle for which range and maximum height of the projectile are equal. Okay. So what is the formula for range? U square sine 2 alpha upon G. And what is the formula for height? Height. U square sine square alpha upon G. So height is U square sine square alpha upon 2G. Equate them. So you will get U square sine 2 alpha upon G divided by U square sine square alpha upon 2G. So U square gone, G gone. Right? Moving to the other side, here you have sine square alpha upon sine, I have written it correctly, right? Everything 2G, yeah, upon sine 2 alpha. Now what is sine 2 alpha? Sine 2 alpha is 2 sine alpha cos alpha. 2 sine alpha cos alpha. Sine alpha and square will cancel out, transferring 2 to the other side, you will get 4 is equal to sine alpha upon cos alpha. Sine alpha upon cos alpha is tan alpha. So tan alpha is equal to 4. So alpha is equal to tan inverse 4. Good. Shanmukha, Reshma, Sheetal. Pujita, clear? Noted. Done?
Yes.
Okay, next question. You have to choose the correct option. Option A. option is correct?
Sir, option B.
Option B.
Yes, sir. B.
This one. Okay. So Shaukin,
Yes, sir, B for both.
Shaukin and Surji are saying B. Shanmukha, Reshma and Pujita are saying no. Shanmukha is not saying anything. Reshma, Pujita and Pushkin are saying C. Yeah, Sheetal. Surbi is also saying B. Yeah. Surbi and Sheetal, what about you? Sheetal, Shanmukha, Avni. Don't know. If you don't know, then know it. Solve it. It is not a theoretical question that you don't know. Apply. This is a numerical. You have to apply the values and solve it.
C, sir.
Yes, Shanmukha. What?
C.
C. Okay. So Shanmukha is with C. Avni, what about you? Avni, I am waiting for your answer. Okay, this is wrong. Option C is correct. Please see. R max. So angle will be 45 degree. So R max comes out to be U square upon G. What is height? H max. Formula for it. Formula for height. Height is U square sine square alpha. So it is U square sine square alpha upon 2G. Alpha is 45. So U square and sine 45 is what? 1 upon root 2. So into 1 upon 2 upon 2G. So it will be U square upon 4G. That's H max. Now my dear students, if you will multiply this with 4, then it will become equal to R max. So R max is 4 times H max. Understood or not?
Yes.
So what you both did, why were you getting B as the answer?
I take sine square alpha as 1.
You took sine square alpha as 1. Why you did that mistake, dear? When it is saying R max, so alpha will be 45. Note it. This is important also, and I think few have memorized it. Pushkin, you have memorized it, right? This has come several times in the examination. Yeah, you see. No problem, no harm in memorizing. One of the favorite questions of NEET examination setters. They give this question.
Sir,
Yeah.
can't we take different values for alpha?
What?
Sir, we can't take different values of alpha in this question.
Why can you take different values? If you will take different values, then how will range be maximum? At what angle range is maximum, Shaukin?
45 to.
Yeah. So you are talking about one projectile, and that projectile is projected with an angle of 45 degree. So how can it have, and you are calculating range and height of the same projectile. So how can that projectile have two angles of projection? Yes, Shaukin. We have projected a...
Sir, I have two different projectiles.
Where is it written? And how can two different projectiles be related? And if they are getting related, then their angle of projection and initial velocity should be same. Yes or no?
Yes, sir, got it.
Note it down, note it down. Done? Now listen to me, guys. I hope everyone has done this. Listen to me. Now we are left with, in projectile, we are left with projection motion on an inclined plane. Then is relative velocities in projectile. Now I want your opinion, because these topics are, yeah, very good topics, really good. Level IIT Advanced. Can they be asked in NEET? Till now they haven't been. In AIMS, once a direct question was there related to relative velocity. Else not. But can they be asked? Yeah, they can be. We don't know the future. So I want your suggestion. Should we do these two topics or should we move on to the next chapter? What do you say?
The next chapter we will do these chapters on our own.
You will do on your own.
Yes, sir.
No, sir. So you may take them.
Yeah. I was just asking because few of you may start crying that such topics are tough and we are NEET aspirants, not JEE aspirants. You can't do it shocking on your own because these are not given in any book. From where will you do? It is not in NCERT, it is not in Pradeep, it is not in SL Arora, it is not in SC Verma, Resnet. From where will you do? They are important from the point that the concept of projectile will become more and more clear and it will be beneficial for you. That's it. Even if the question doesn't come, you will learn new techniques. The concept will become clear. So I am of the view that we should do these topics, but I wanted your suggestions and I think most of you want to do it. Yeah, so in the next turn we are going to complete these two topics and then we will start with Newton's laws of motion. So thank you. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
I'll see you in the next class. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.